Oh, greetings. I am Lies, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
Let's find out if it's actually Muriel together.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. So.
No. Alright, if you need anything, just ask. The flowers are so cute.
They're so cute.
I cannot stand it. Also, I'm like, okay, I know it's just a mask, but the things down the forehead, are those like supposed to be dermal piercings?
I mean, they could be. They just could be interesting patterns. You never know.
They could, but they look chunky.
That's okay.
Oh no, you look so freaking sad.
Oh, no, depression.
Why would you have your hair behind your mask? Oh my god.
We approach, and I spot the hulking figure of Muriel quickly scurrying away and disappearing into the forest.
I wore a mask that I probably hand-carved myself, but I, 1, wouldn't get my hair out of my eyes, and 2, I would never change clothes to come to a party. Why are you here, sir?
I don't know. Either that or Astra made him the mask. Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know. That looks a little too rough for Astra's work. Based on Astra's own mask.
You are assuming he made that?
I'm assuming Muriel made this.
No. You are assuming that Astra made his clothing.
He said he did in Julian's room. His mask and yours.
Oh, damn.
Remember?
Oh, shit. I forgot. All right.
It's okay.
Master Taylor, everybody.
What a shy young man. Oh, hello, dear. Was that Muriel disappearing into the woods? I wish I could do the same right now. She does not want to be here.
She doesn't even care. I understand, like, this is a huge mess and everything else, but I'm really just like, yep, it's true.
Offers?
Nadia appears to be competent, but Nadia wants nothing to do with it.
Offers Nadia an escapist fantasy. She takes it.
She does.
Game over.
She would be done. Bye!
Oh? Anyways, you're doing wonderfully, dear sister. I'm proud of you. Yes. Well, are our parents here yet? Not yet. Nafisa?
Uh-huh.
Nafisa and Natika are traveling with them. I hope they don't miss all the festivities. I'd especially hate it if they missed meeting Corazon. He'll love you.
Corazon. Oh, I'm sure they will.
They will, won't they? They'll wish they had them too, but they don't.
Uh-huh, right.
Anyways, enjoy the party, Nazmira. Let me know if the rest of our family arrives.
Right.
How is she going to do that? She won't know where you are, just the way no one else will. You don't have a schedule.
You really don't. You also have no way for us to get in contact with you, or at least them to get in contact
I was saying,
with you.
there's no cell phones, no pagers, no magical letters sent through rooms.
I think it's the fact of going, like, you're just going to have to look for me. Like, it's immediately important. Now you will talk to the staff that suddenly exists.
No caps with a string.
Nope, none for you. No echo chambers. We leave Nazmira by the tree and wander the forest a bit, hand in hand. And after a moment, Nadia sighs.
I don't think the ritual took place here. Given that this room looks completely different in all ways than it had before, because it's decorated as fall, I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so, yes.
It's
Because, the theme's same every single year.
I imagine it's more of a, sort of a magical feeling, if you will, of this just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I agree.
But still, I'm just like, room is unrecognizable in all ways. Not here.
Really?
Is that Procurator Volta?
It is indeed. Volta is hidden behind an apple barrel, stuffing her face full of apples.
I feel like it would be hard to eat them really quickly with that mask on, because it kind of blocks part of your mouth.
I feel like what she's doing, she's going like, ha! Head leaned back, just ramming food down her impressively huge mouth.
Could be.
She becomes a Muppet in this moment. She's the Cookie Monster.
I was gonna say, opens her mouth, blah! or like that, what's that,
nom, nom!
What's that, like, toothbrush commercial where they say, have the like, unhingeable jaw and they open the mouth flat? It's that. It's fine.
Yes.
Apples.
She tilts her head as if hearing something startling, then jumps and scuttles off. As if hearing. As if heard.
As if she heard something?
Yeah, because
startling?
as if she heard, because if hearing something sounds like it's taking a long time to hear that noise. Like, it sounds like a prolonged experience.
I mean, this all sounds present tense, so it's like, I'm watching her, and she tilts her head as if hearing something, which I think is listening to something startling, but continuous, apparently, and then scuttles off.
Her head jerks as if she hears something startling. Like, you can do it present tense. I just wouldn't use that, because, again, it sounds really dragged out. Does that make sense?
I can see it.
Yeah.
She seems a little skittish tonight. Perhaps all this food is overwhelming her.
I doubt it.
Nothing but apples. For her. I'm overwhelmed.
Oh god, just apples!
In any case, let us try another room. I hope they all have different backgrounds.
No, we have to be done, because we can only pick one room.
Ah.
A small door at the end of the room leads us out into the narrow outdoor passage framed by rose-covered trellises. When we emerge from the passage, we're in the middle of the garden.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's been decorated for the masquerade here as well. The trees covered in fairy lights and gauzy silk. I just realized why there's a fucking Capricorn statue.
Why?
Because Lucio is a Capricorn.
And he's celebrating himself constantly.
Well, the thing is this is his castle.
Yes.
Which again, I'm like, well, how long has he had this castle? Castles usually take decades to make.
Well, like I said, like we've been told, we get told in another route where he gets his castle, or how he got it, and the timeline thereof.
But I really let this let go. I guess
I'm also I want to know who climbed up the fountain and decorated the beast.
I want to too. I want to give like that person like props.
Props, good job,
Good
well
props.
done.
Also, didn't
What
probably
were you
got a
doing?
moment to sort of sit in the cool and go, gah.
Weaving a flower crown and a lei for the Capricorn statue.
Of course.
That's
Why
my
not? The
whole job.
water goat needs some love.
And gauzy silk.
Gauzy silk.
What a goat. Hi, and if you're a Capricorn, your sign is water goat.
I mean, that's what my sign is.
I'm sorry, I just
It's a dragon water goat, which is fine.
The search continues, then. Shall we check the gardens next? This is not the room. I know it was a room. Let's check the gardens for a room next.
What?
I do not remember if the ritual took place in or out of doors.
Oh.
But you did remember a room, specifically. Like you were talking about, it's a room.
And also, didn't we just break up with Astra looking for a room?
That's what I was going to say. Are there rooms outdoors in the garden?
Okay, I don't know.
And is there such a thing as an outdoor room?
I don't know. There definitely were outdoor rooms after we worked basically at the bakehouse for as long as we did, because damn, bro. When I walked outside, I'd just be like, it's just a bigger ceiling.
Oh,
I was just left with such a feeling of like, I'm just inside no matter where I go.
Yes.
God, that building was so big.
It was so huge.
Ah.
It was like being in like a giant like aircraft hangar.
Yeah, I mean, it like as I've always described it, like it was just a It was basically the size of a football stadium. The damn thing was huge.
With a roof.
Before I can answer, a crowd of people gather around us once more, chittering excitedly, though not as tall as most stadiums.
Also, not, in this case, they're not all, like, demanding things. They're chittering excitedly.
They are.
Maybe
they're not
happy.
gonna run up to people and do shit. I recognize the shrimp noblewoman from the ballroom angrily stalking towards us. You spoke too soon, and can almost feel the future headache.
So,
Because suddenly I'm prone to getting headaches, or that I care about people.
I think it's supposed to be obnoxious of going,
Yes.
Yes, it's exaggerating.
It's okay.
You're being dramatic teen.
That's exactly what I...
But,
Corazon, yes. Dramatic teen, as well.
are
Will you kill me if I say yes?
If I say yes, if you said it, not me.
You said it, not me! Hello? To the law,
Alright, I was gonna say, so everyone else is chittering excitedly, and then here comes Death on legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my, is that the time? Looks at an imagined timepiece on her wrist, pulls out a pantomime's pulling out a pocket watch that she doesn't have.
Yes.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. We must attend to this urgently.
Corazon, you could just say you need to use the loo.
I could always actually just say I'm leaving
Or
because
just
I have
say,
that power.
no.
Yeah, I just no. I'm the shrimp noblewoman. Do not speak to me.
I'm not here to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
No, I will warn you. Guards, help her enjoy the party elsewhere.
Yes.
Like, Nadia, I won't be a tyrant.
See, this is actually, again, she really has, like, weird avoidant behavior. She really won't confront any of her problems. Like, and the thing is, like, it's just so strange to me. Just doesn't work. It's fine.
It's okay. Urgently. I just love the idea of her standing there in that garb and just seeing the person coming. Everyone's chilling excitedly. This is fine. Sees that woman coming. Pantomimes reaching into a pocket that isn't there. Popping open a pocket watch that she doesn't have. Oh dear, is that the time?
Oh, my. Yes.
Goodness.
Nadia takes my hand and pulls us into the garden maze, quickly turning a few corners until we are alone again.
Because no one decides to follow you, even though they're all happy and excited that she's there.
Of course.
It's fine. They're ravenous, aren't they? I'm afraid if we go out in public again, they'll swarm us. Do you know that the point of the ball, and in general, is to let everyone else encounter the royals and encounter the leaders, the nobles. So
She's like, I want people to know that I'm here for them. You're literally not here for them.
The point of this ball is so everyone can know that you, 1, have got things under control, and 2, that you're there for them, and 3, that you are interested in their success, and 4, that you've solved this crime and will provide for them.
So a lot of masquerades or shows, basically, they were just shows. They're showing off that you're still capable, that you have wealth, you're supposed to awe people. That's also why sometimes you would let basically some poor people in, but very strategically, because what you're trying to do is just spread the word
and
that power is back. Except that in this case, all I keep getting is, Nadia has a lot of show, but she's not a lot of actually do.
I say, and the thing is there's a big piece of balls that is everyone does, basically, they interface and make connections there, but there's a lot of I will let you see me and interact with me so you know how things are, the status quo. I will be present, I will be powerful, and I will lead the event, and the event will be centered around me. I will be holding court where people come and pay honor to me, or visit with me, or talk to me. Do not ask or demand things.
I also think it would be really interesting, if she actually engaged potentially with the shrimp noblewoman, as it were.
Yes.
Because part of my brain wants to be what if it's the fact that actually you've got a shortage because something else has happened? You don't actually know if the shrimp noblewoman, where usually they own things, they're going to go, hey, prices have been escalating like crazy.
Because
what's going on?
And maybe the reason they are is because there's,
no regulations. There's not a lot. Yeah, but they're we have bad regulation. We have people who are overfishing in this particular area. We've got a strike going on over here in this particular place. People aren't having their needs met. There's a bunch of pirates over here.
Who knows? Stealing the shrimp?
Yeah. No, I'm nope, no engagement though.
Swarm us. I'm you're here to be seen at your party. Literally, you started with a dance of look at me, and now you're people want to see me. It's terrible.
Oh, God.
Would you like to go somewhere more private for the moment? I have a gazebo in the garden.
We're going to run away from our things that we're supposed to be doing.
I have a gazebo in the garden. Asric can keep looking by himself.
We are actually going... Is this going to be a premium scene?
We can spend some time alone.
Yes, we're going to be...
We're alone right now, Nadia.
Nadia, stop. No!
Canoodle in the gazebo.
We are supposed to be fucking figuring out where this ritual room is. What the absolute cornswaggler.
This is that I don't actually want to do any of this. I actually am stressed out and overwhelmed by all of this, and what I want is continual breaks and support to get through this thing I don't want to do.
Yes.
This feels very much okay, so for me, someone doing a task with ADHD, a task they don't want to do.
Yes.
And so you do continual breaks to reward yourself with something to make yourself have enough energy or serotonin to be able to go back and do the thing you don't want to do.
Right.
Or you have a friend with you and you continue to engage with a friend and then do the work, and then engage with a friend and then do the work to build yourself up so you don't crash and not get it done.
Right.
But it's something you deeply don't want to do. And that's what this feels like.
But also at the same time, too, so even with the ADHD, almost part of me, so again, I feel kind of bad where sometimes we talk about some of the stuff and I'm going, I don't want to sound ableist. I also understand that it does kind of start sounding ableist after a while because they are fictional characters and they're not really following a lot of conventions. They're not really well thought out. They're not good representations of anything.
They're not written as somebody who has something. They're just written.
Yeah, they're just written. And especially in this case, they seem to be largely written as romance stereotypes or tropes, which is a thing.
Little else personality?
Yeah, but I'm just if we were going to potentially say, okay, it seems like an ADHD behavior, the big thing that frustrates me is going it's not even you're using your companion then very well. It's you need to specifically leave with me somewhere else. It's not hey, stay with me and keep me focused. It's I need you to leave with me because I don't want to be here anyway, and even that might mean that you're not
Let's go take a break together!
Yeah, and you're I'm fine?
Like I said, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it reminds me of that experience.
No, and I get that. I'm kind of calling myself out here, and possibly just us in general, because there is something, so when you're critiquing stories, it is a good thing to keep in mind, while you can sort of go hey, it sounds like this, but you need to keep in mind just to sort of leave it there, because... Number one, diagnosing stuff is the thing you should leave to a professional. And 2, there is the thing of going
fictional stuff doesn't exist anyway.
It's also it's inconsistent anyhow. So there's also a lot of people who go, yeah, this character was meant to be suicidal or depressed. And you were what? Like, because sometimes I've read some stories where they're like, yeah, and it was just really sad. And you're just like, that literally?
Yes, we've all met Sayori.
Oh. Yeah, we all... Sayori was really well done, though.
She was, but that was the point.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, so... Again, this is really, really consistent with the narrative that Nadia doesn't want to do any of this.
It's true.
And doesn't want to be in charge of any of this. And I like that it's a consistent narrative, and I'm wondering more and more if they've done it on purpose and if they're ever going to, like, address it, like, bring it to a head.
I don't know. But I have to say, no, I'm fine. Which is, that's not how it goes. Nadia, we are looking for a room, yes?
Okay, but do you know what canoodle means?
Yeah, it means bone.
It means have sex.
Yes, it does.
This is literally go have sex in the gazebo during the party.
Yes, it is. Unless
I am surprised at the brazenness of this. I mean, canoodle may have a second meaning, but I
think canoodle also can have a different meaning depending on where you are, but I was always used to canoodle literally meaning actually bone.
Mm-hmm. Actual boning.
To engage in caressing, petting, or lovemaking.
Okay, so cuddle or sex.
Oh, canoodle definition is to engage in amorous embracing, caressing, and kissing. Pet, fondle. According to Merriam-Webster, that one.
I say, yes. Colloquially, I've only heard it used as you're going to go make out and have sex.
According to dictionary.com, cambridge.org, there is, if two people canoodle, they kiss and hold each other in a sexual way.
Yep.
It is meant to be sexual.
It is sexual.
So, like, at least, for me, again, though, my background is largely that canoodle is just boning.
All right. So we're fine in the maze itself.
I kept just like, I really do have this thing of cortisone being like, I wasn't realizing how much I was basically going to be parenting you, and it's really strange.
And directing you back into the stuff that you say you want to do.
Going, yes, I have this person, and I'm willing to support them in the things that they want to do. And now they're going, basically, you need to keep me on task, because I literally don't actually want to do any of this, and that's why I want you here, and that's very strange.
That's a very different kind of experience.
Actually, so, I'm fine out here. I'm enjoying the party. There were rooms that I was curious about seeing. Perhaps they had rituals in them at one point?
Oh, right. How interesting. You are. Even that shrimp woman. Even with that? Even that shrimp, what?
What?
Also, there's no one here. We're alone.
We're completely alone.
It has been established. But I'm fine out here. Even that shrimp woman. That sounds so disorganized.
It's fine. Well, maybe not the shrimp woman.
Oh, I'm enjoying that party. Even the shrimp woman?
Yes.
Yes, okay,
because you can't avoid her. Oh my god, she keeps in my way!
I'm afraid there will be many more like her in the future.
Do you plan on killing them all if they don't satisfy you, then? Because you could do that. But I won't be Lucio. I can't be Lucio.
I won't be a tyrant, but I think I can handle them. With you by my side.
I think they really honestly didn't know what to do with Nadia if you say no. I have to say, actually, it was the most awkward, like, wait, what?
Why are you fine out here? Why wouldn't you? It's an inexpensive option. Why wouldn't you take it? Because it doesn't make sense if what you want to do is help Nadia accomplish her tasks.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I gotta tell you, the whole point of us wandering off to do the thing we were doing was to accomplish a task. It was the same problem we had before, where Nadia was like, come and stay in bed with me, and I want to go see them.
I want to put off this difficult, uncomfortable task for longer. And you're like, is it difficult and uncomfortable? It's a task you set for yourself.
It is.
That you said we were going to accomplish together.
And that also we have several of them we have to go see.
Mm-hmm. Come. Let us at least go somewhere a little more quiet than alone in the hedge maze.
I was about to say, we're in the fucking maze.
Yes.
She leads me away through the gardens.
Out of the hedge maze?
She takes us down a garden path in the gardens of the garden, lined with fairy lights to a large area enclosed by flowery arches.
In or outside of the hedge maze? I need to know.
Do we ever leave?
A
pool of water filled with flower candles separates the space from the rest of the garden. It's a tea room. I can spot couples seated across from each other, holding hands and sipping tea.
Holds teacup with one hand, holds their hand with the other hand.
I mean, that would make sense. I've done that before.
That's what they're all doing.
Yeah, every single one of them.
I remember this from the last masquerade. You act like you don't know any of these things would be here, yet you've been the one planning this party, and you didn't ask your sisters to plan the party and the activities. You asked them to decorate.
You asked them to supervise.
And supervise. So everybody should really already know what's expected of them and where they're setting things up. So unless your sisters made massive last-minute changes in a couple of hours...
Which is bonkers, by the way.
It is bonkers. I was going to say, why would you be surprised by any of this?
It's fine.
Though I am not sure if the ritual took place here or not. Perhaps we should look around. Was it a tea ritual?
Before we can, I hear footsteps in the grass, and we both turn to see a partygoer dressed like a dog approaching us.
Milady, do you have some time? I'm sorry, Milady is really busy. How can we help?
I think the thing is the only way to stop people coming at you is to talk to them.
Yes!
Like, Corazon going, I don't understand your lack of, how can we help?
Yes, Corazon would be really... You keep running away from them, they're going to keep chasing you. You need to face them.
It's also, you said you wanted to do this. So, and again, Nadia hasn't really seemingly said anything to the contrary, but again, what pisses me off is I really would like the MC at this point to be able to go, Nadia, you keep fucking running away from literally everything you say you want to do. What's going on?
Or
do you actually want to do these things?
Nadia.
What is my purpose here? What am I here for you?
I was going to say, or if you had a softer MC just going, Nadia, it seems like you're always trying to get out of the tasks you set for yourself. Are you alright?
Right?
You know?
I'm just like, I just want more engagement with that. So, how can we help?
How can we?
The partygoer looks a little startled, then nervously wrings their hands as they speak, because they didn't see Corazon.
And now they're like, holy shit!
Ha! Fuck!
You're intimidating as hell. I just wanted to thank you, milady, for throwing the masquerade again.
Corazon, do not waste my fucking time.
This is the first time I've had proper food in my belly for a while, and dressed as a dog. It should say in one of the free costumes.
It really should.
Dressed as a dog in one of the free costumes.
One of the free dog costumes is how I'd put it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And Magician Corazon, I wanted to say how good it is to see one of our own up there. One of our own? Up where?
Where?
What?
What?
What does that mean?
I mean, I know what it means, politically. Up there, you've risen up. You've become great. You started poor, and now you've been elevated. But
Because you're dating the Countess.
Physically, that doesn't make sense to me. It could be somebody who just doesn't know how to say it very well.
Could be. Us common folks, we haven't had a lot of hope lately, but you two are starting to change that, so thank you.
How?
I'm just like...
Oh my god. That is so weirdly privileged. Because I put you here, Bella Swan. You suddenly can fix everybody else's issues.
Okay, but also just going... God. We just called Corazon a common folk.
We did.
All the magicians are common folk.
Yeah, they're all deeply common folk.
Deeply. Magicians themselves are extremely uncommon. Rare is the real, true, genuine musician. You're common folk like us.
Huh?
What?
What?
Oh. I promise you, the food won't suddenly dry up once the masquerade ends. Are you going to run a food bank, Nadia?
I mean, that is actually, though, like I said, how masquerades are supposed to work, or at least how I understand, balls and a lot of that stuff.
You show off the riches of the nation.
And also, why sometimes, though, they actually meant that your nation was struggling really hard because you would have more and more elaborate shit. At least that's how people seem to use them. Because they go, we need to look like we have crap going on.
There's that, we need to look good. I was like, but also going, the food won't dry up. I haven't eaten properly in a very long time. Well, now that I've opened the food gates today, I'm going to make sure they stay open. How, Nadia?
Well, I mean, because remember, they said that Volta was just taking food away from everyone. Now, my big thing that I keep wondering going is how do you store food and it not go bad?
Well, what I was going to say is, Volta's taking food away from people, so she's going out and collecting their harvest and taking it from them? Do you have a common community store where all the food goes in and people go get food?
So it's also so does Volta also handle taxes? Do they all then handle taxes? Because it sounds like they're all getting different things from the people, but they're literally not returning any of them or basically reincorporating them back into the system that they've created.
I should say, though, I'm not familiar with a lot of systems where the people who make food give it all to the rulers. Usually they give a portion of it in taxes to the rulers.
Right.
And then the rest of it would be available to the community, but also going... Does she have a community food bank? Does she feed people?
Are they all just really aggressive Sheriff of Nottingham's?
I don't know.
Is that basically what happened? With all the courtiers are just, the sheriff?
Selfish and possessive, and they want everything for themselves?
Yeah.
Once the masquerade ends, I'll make sure your family, just yours, remains fed.
The partygoer looks startled, and then a wide, hopeful smile breaks out across their face.
How are you going to make sure that this specific family remains fed?
Do you even know what their name is?
Yes, thank you, lady. Blessings on you and Sir Corazon. I mean it. I really do.
They excuse themselves with a deep bow, still grinning as they disappear back into the crowd.
I'm gonna get fed! Oh my god! I think I needed to hear that.
Nadia parts her lips to say something else, but she's interrupted by a clatter off to our right.
Oh, there arose such a clatter.
Oh, no! The tiny little sandwiches there on the ground! We must save them!
Poor thing.
The procurator drops down to the floor and starts shoveling sandwiches into her mouth.
And when you say floor, you mean the lawn?
Grass?
Because we're in the garden.
We are in the garden.
Yes?
Are we on like a path, a marble pathway?
Are we inside of the indoor tea room?
Maybe?
And is that like tea room sort of like an open air building?
Right.
And thereby has a floor?
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just have a fucking tent? That doesn't seem...
Is it a permanent building that's always there? I remember this from the last one. Is it? So
well,
you
yeah, Nadia,
throw
this
parties?
is a permanent fixture. Yeah, it makes sense. Nadia clears her throat and approaches.
Ah, there's Volta. Ahem. Procurator.
Oh, that is time! I must go! Goodbye!
She scampers away, arms filled with dirty sandwiches, and disappears into the brush.
Was the floor that dirty?
It could be also just sort of like a,
An opinion.
It's an opinion.
Ew.
Yes. Which is actually really... I'm like, that just makes your MC then sound a little bit like they're an arrogant shit. In that way, like, just
Not
like the normal
arms
MC.
filled with sandwiches or with food clasped in her arms. Specifically, dirty sandwiches. It's very specific.
It is really specific.
And there she goes.
It almost seems like Volta's heading somewhere in a hurry. We quickly lose sight of her as she scampers off. We've already lost sight of her.
She already scampered off.
She literally went into the bushes and we lost sight of her instantly. What the hell?
Very short bushes. Really short.
And then she reappeared.
No, she went into the bushes, but they didn't cover her up.
Oh, God.
Because they're very short bushes. And then eventually she disappeared.
Oh, right. She's like a football player going through bigger and bigger shrubberies.
Yes, exactly. They're ever escalating topiaries. I assume now the tea room is in the hedge maze.
I do too.
Yes. Strange. Well, in any case, I don't think this is where the ritual happened. Let us head back inside. Nadia, you're starting to sound like an NPC. The one you click on and going, this doesn't appear to be where the ritual happened. We should keep looking.
Oh my
Walks
God.
to another space.
It's the escort, the one where you're walking around with the one person going, is this where the thing happened? Is this where the thing happened? And because you have to ask them because you don't have the guide or you don't have
and
a
they keep
clue.
going, this doesn't look like the place where it happened. We should keep looking.
Okay. Nadia, I love
this
it.
is not the place where it happened. We should keep looking.
Nadia the NPC. My
Nadia,
ass, that's
the
so
looping
good.
NPC dialogue.
Oh my God, I love it.
Can you imagine Nadia just standing there looking fabulous and you click on her and she has to say this thing again?
We head back inside the palace, strolling past various rooms. There is a rainbow food room and a hall of mirrors. Nadia sticks her head in each, closes her eyes, and shakes her head.
I love the idea that you have to solve the hedge maze to be allowed to use the tea room.
Honestly, though, it's a good reward if it's
cute and romantic and there's
But
food and
also I'm like,
a
why
little bit more
isn't it
secluded from the rest of the party.
just like a labyrinth and not a hedge maze.
Because you want to get lost in it.
Oh, that's true. All make out corners. I forgot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You must have little dead ends that you can make out in.
We've actually talked about this before, so there is actually a difference between a labyrinth and a maze. So it was actually really funny because the labyrinth and the labyrinth, so
Is
the
a
gem
maze.
that's a maze. That's not a labyrinth.
maze.
It's so funny. Because the real labyrinth doesn't have any endings. You actually just keep walking.
Well, it doesn't have any turns or corners or openings or anything. It's just a continuous path.
It is, and you just sort of wind your way around, and then you wind your way back out.
All right, shakes her head. No, not this one either. You didn't do it in Hall of Mirrors? Oh, my, well maybe it looked different when all the mirrors weren't in there. Sorry, I'm just gonna...
She sighs and rubs at her temples. I can tell she's already exhausted by the search. It's probably a very good thing then that we didn't go and bone inside
The gazebo.
because you would have possibly been more exhausted.
Also
though,
possibly
maybe
good.
I should flirt with you Does horny do things for
Does
you?
it give you the energy?
Because I gotta tell you, when people flirted with me, or when I was like, oh my god, I can have a time, I would get the energy of 1,000 suns. It happened. It was a day.
Okay, there's a whole little comic about going to work when there's someone you have a crush on there. And just all this energy and bright little bubbles and fluffiness and doing a really good job all day. Going to work when you don't have anyone you're crushing on and just a drudgery.
It's true. I love it though where people then go, you just need to, you're the problem here. You need to make work fun. Me, this isn't fun. Jobs aren't supposed to be fun. They're jobs.
What's your dream job?
Not working.
I do not dream of work.
Yes, exactly. We reach the end of the hall and enter the final room in this wing.
There's only 3 rooms in this entire wing.
I'm amazed, but we'll have to deal with that last room in the next one. Hey, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. It is fantastic to have you here. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. I'm going to repeat myself because I'm a dingus. That's okay. Also, please feel free to go look at our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch.
My friends, try to add any other stuff.
I was trying to add other things. I messed it up. Yeah, I am in Scandal.
And don't get lost in the hedge maze. I have been Lies.
I just got lost in the hedge maze.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!